Well, he was a favourite as a player, but now Mike Rea has a job on his hands as Director of Rugby of the Blues. And having made the semi-finals for the last 4 seasons, this has been a campaign of a different kind as they sit 9th in the table. But at the AGM this week, there remained an air of optimism around the club that this is a blip and not a decline. And a win today against Rotherham would certainly stand that up.
Where it has not been Bedford's season, it certainly has been Rotherham's, and they are the visitors to Goldington Road this evening, a venue where they have not won a league match since 2006. Here's the Bedford Blues side then, keen to keep that run going and give their fans something to cheer about. New props. Darren Fern comes in at 1, Nick Alltrack dropping to the bench. Ben Cooper wears 3, sandwiching Charlie Clare, that hooker. A big front row, that. No Ben Gulliver at present, so Leicester Loney Harry Wells packs down with Mike Howard, his 71st championship game of the last 76. No changes in the breakaway trio. Gregor Gillanders is the blind side, Darren Fox at 7, and Nick Fenton-Wells, fresh from signing a permanent contract with the club, is 8. Concerns over both the half-backs in the week, but Darren Veenendaal at scrum-half and Jake Sharp at fly-half are both fit. No Gloucester-bound Mark Atkinson in the midfield, so reshuffle sees Mike Le Bourgeois moving into 12 and Corey Hercock outside him. Patrick Tapley, who's made a good impression in this, his first season, remains on the right wing. No England under-20s winger Aaron Morris, so Ollie Dodge comes in. Skipper, as ever, James Pritchard is the fullback. He's at Bedford after a horror start in the British and Irish Cup semi-finalists and championship finalists of last season. It has gone from bad to worse for them. Never have they been lower placed in this league than they have been this outing. Having said that, on their day, and there haven't been many, they still can compete and beat the top dogs, the likes of London Scottish and London Welsh, and significantly, those results were both here at Goldington Road.
They're an experienced outfit. I mean, you mentioned it again after the heady heights of the playoff finals last year. Bedford have serious in a case of the Blues this season, crashing to a nondescript 9th. Welsh bagged 5 tries and walloped them in the scrum last week. Ben Cooper, for me, on tight head, must anchor that today to give his halfbacks a platform to create territory and position that should, and I mean should, ask more questions than the Yorkshire opponents have answers.
5th on the all-time list of championship points already to see now. Veenendaal. Got that number 9 jersey, isn't he now, Luke Baldwin at Bristol. Just what a dangerous player he is, Darren Veenendaal. Nippy around that, around the fringes, around the tail of the line out. But that's almost the tail of Bedford's season, isn't it? So many great things, and then it ends up with a fairly basic mistake.
It was a basic mistake. It was a basic mistake from a Rotherham defensive ploy running from that line to allow Veenendaal to go through the middle, but he exploited it superbly. But like you said, Johnny, that last pass again, they go down. It does take the pace out of the game.
Wait for the ball.
Although we haven't mentioned and should, is this Rotherham side is one of, if not the fittest side in the championship. Cicino gets this second half underway then. It's Tapley behind big Mike Howard, who catches the restart.
And Bedford will play their part. They know they've got the slope obviously in their favour this half. And Tapley, you mentioned him, Johnny. I thought he was outstanding in that first half. Given any little bit of a gap, he's through it. So we'll see how this pan out. But like I said, Rotherham really just need to keep hold of the ball. That's good play there.
Scanlon, really good play from him. Mulcrone has a hand on him, and it's immediately a penalty to Rotherham.
And you can straight away there, Mulcrone, where is his view of tap and go, let's go, let's go, let's go. No, let's just bleed the clock down here. Fox doesn't agree with it. But again, that's the absolute correct decision. Bleed the clock down, get back up to 15 and start where you're going. Now they can get some position, get some territory. Scanlon comes up. They're going to pump this ball back down into the right-hand side as we look at it.
Take all the time in the world, Scanlon here. That's a Big old boot, isn't it, from Scanlon?
Good kick. A lot of chops in, wasn't there, in that Rotherham dressing room. They're a confident side, like I said, coming into this game. Scored nearly, well, over 90 points, 15 odd tries. Sanderson's there reeling to coming back onto the fray.
5-man call. Timing.
Haven't brought a specialist hooker on. It's Jack Priest who's doing the line-out stuff.
Maybe they should have brought a specialist hooker on.
Hold. Use it.
Shows you how important that role is, though, doesn't it? Fern, that's a really good piece of play for the prop. That's not quite so good for the scrum half, though, Veenendaal.
But again, frustrating from a coach's point of view, because it was a speculative sort of pick-up.
Some wonderful hands, not only this evening, but throughout this campaign. Veenendaal again, the bourgeois. Veenendaal, what a break from him. Sharp, Pritchard. Dodge outside, and it's Broadley with a tackle. Plenty of numbers on the right-hand side, though. Sharp finds one of them, it's Howard. Priest is there. Quigley missed the tackle.
Now it's got to go right.
Priest looking to turn that ball over. It's a penalty this time to Bedford.
Offside.
They've done that time and time again this game, haven't they? Rotherham have scored either a try or a penalty, and Bedford comes straight back and get points of their own.
Priest as well to get in the way, but again, it's a great break from Veenendaal. He's made one or two tonight. Well, tonight, as it happens. Bourgeois back on. Sin bin in that first half. That's the break, and they set up very, very well. Mike Howard then taking the ball back into the...
Yeah, absolutely right. Sure, 12 of their 67 tries coming into this game. Scored in the last 10 minutes of the game. The Sowry comes away. Plenty more pace, Tom Barrow, hugely experienced. Knows his stats, doesn't he, Sean Holly? You're doing some research. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Wonder if you knew that 24 of their 67 tries we scored in the last 10 minutes of each half.
You two stop it now, all right? It's a great break then by Sowry, and actually that's what happens, unfortunately, when you make too much of a good break. The rest of his forwards don't clear out the ruck, and they're all wanting the ball in the midfield.
Looked forward, referee did have a long, hard look. Claire Daniels. Bedford with a bit of possession here. Veenendaal. It's Hercock. The young man coming through the ranks here at Bedford, though, Aaron Morris, proudly represented England under-20s this season. Pritchard, Le Bourgeois, good break from him, the former Jersey man. Fenton Wells is uprooting somebody. And they're still having a go at it on the floor. Jamie Broadley. Fenton Wells as Bedford pour forward. Veenendaal, Tapley. Bedford with a bit between their teeth now. Le Bourgeois, Ortrak, and on loan from Saracens. Wonderful pass from him last week for one of the tries. Reader is told to get out of there sharp rather than stoop down, take the pass. There's big Phil Bolt crashing his way to the try line. Charlie Clare, Veenendaal, Sharp, Bourgeois, Murphy with a tackle for Rotherham. Ball squirts out, but illegally, says the referee. It's Jamie Broadley and Roberts. Now the referee cites.
Guys, just checking for foul play. TMO's come in. Need to check for foul play. Time is off. Okay, Graham, off you go.
Your nickname of the crowbar has given him air, but there's going to be a score, is there?
Sowry for Rotherham, the replacement hooker. Marshall Gant. Big man, a real Rotherham Titan through and through, but Bedford somehow have turned the ball over, and it's Tapley who's driven it to touch. For now, Bedford are stemming the flow.
Did very well, Bedford, there to turn that ball over, and again, they just didn't keep the composure. You're thinking Sowry was going to go through, or they're going to just recycle and just move that ball. Have to see who just nicks it. That's great play. Bolton, as you said, Johnny, just gets in there, and then the composure just to clear your lines. They try to run it out from deep, but the only thing this does is Sharp's in there, good lad. Out he goes. Has put Tapley into touch, which gives the ball straight back to Rotherham under more pressure. I don't think anyone,
that Mike Ray would have been proud of.
Yeah, I don't think anyone doubts the pride in the shirt. It's, you know, it's just unfortunately they haven't had that consistency throughout the season. Mike Ray knows that after the heady heights of, you know, getting to that final against Newcastle. It's frustrating because they've had so much success down here, and the crowd and the town want it all the time, but some days and some years it's not going to be. But they fought today.
Ben Morris is on as well. Replacements everywhere. You look on the field, Scanlon now just about holds onto the ball. Does he know Bedford and Tupai have turned it over? Veenendaal, Brendan Burke, basic mistake from him. Morris is straight down on the ball, but the referee's whistle goes. And Josh Thomas-Brown
Still
accidentally knocked on, and there it is. There is the final whistle. Rotherham, 3 tries and a really hardly fought game at times this evening. 33 points to 12. And Rotherham haven't won at Goldington Road for 8 years, since the days of the old national one. Now they've done it twice in a row in the last 9 weeks. The records just keep tumbling for this special group of Rotherham players, and they are one step closer to the playoffs. They've beaten Bedford Blues here, 33 points to 12.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.